Let me start with something uncomfortable. Some of the worst quality problems I've seen happened in companies that were ISO certified. Audits passed. Certificates on the wall. Processes documented. And yet scrap, rework, firefighting every single day. The real question here is not what is ISO, but the real question is, why does ISO system fail so often in real manufacturing? Welcome back to our channel Engineering Explained Simply. If you're an engineer, a manufacturing professional, or a manager who wants to understand how things actually work, not how they look in textbooks, you are in the right place. This video is not about attacking ISO system. I am not here to say ISO system is a scam. It's about understanding why certification often doesn't translate into performance. It's about what happens when the auditor leaves. Let's dive into the gap between what's on paper and what's really going on. Many smart engineers often misunderstand what ISO system actually certifies, especially if they haven't worked in quality departments. ISO is a quality management system standard, not a product standard. It doesn't guarantee quality. It was designed to ensure consistency, that an organization does what it says it does. But somewhere along the way, ISO became treated like a quality badge. Certified means good. Certified means safe. Certified means under control. That assumption is where the trouble begins. Because ISO system doesn't run your machines. ISO system doesn't train your operators. ISO system doesn't stabilize your processes. The people do. If the goal is just to prove we followed the rules, the focus shifts completely from the product to the paper. When a company goes for certification, let's be real, it's usually because a big client insisted on it, right? It's just how the market rolls. You've got the official ISO process, all stiff and stuck in a binder, right? But then there's the real deal, the way things actually get done on the floor. You've got the official ISO process, all stiff and stuck in a binder? But then there's the real deal, the way things actually get done on the floor. Or on paper, everything looks beautiful. Procedures are updated. Forms are filled. Corrective actions are closed. But walk onto the shop floor and you'll see a different system where operators are totally relying on their own know-how and experience to get things done. Engineers are just putting out fires instead of actually making things better, right? Managers chasing output because delivery pressure is real. The documented system exists, but the real system lives somewhere else. ISO audits the first one, documented system. But customers experience the second one, real system. One of the most common failure modes I see is this: documentation becomes the work. Instead of asking, is this process stable? Is the variation understood? Are problems prevented or just recorded? Teams asks, is the form filled? Is the signature there? Is the audit finding closed? When we focus on compliance, we totally lose that spark of curiosity, right? And once that happens, ISO system stops being a tool, it becomes a distraction. We've got a system that often values paperwork over the actual product, right? It makes you wonder, are engineers and operators just being lazy, or is this a problem that runs all the way up the chain? It almost always starts at the top. This brings us right to our second section, the leadership gap. Here's a hard truth. ISO system never fails on its own. Leadership behavior decides whether it works or not. If leadership treats ISO certification as a checkbox, a customer requirement, an audit survival exercise, then the organization will do the minimum required to survive audits. But if leadership uses ISO system as a way to standardize learning, a way to expose weak processes, a way to improve decision-making, then ISO actually starts to work. Same standard, very different outcomes. Audit success is not equal to process control. Passing an audit does not mean your process is capable. Auditors check a few samples to make sure everything's on the up and up. Reality doesn't take a break, it's always on, 24/7, right? A process can pass inspection today and fail catastrophically tomorrow if variation is not understood and controlled. ISO just checks if a system is actually out there and working. It does not guarantee the system is effective. That gap is where most organizations get hurt. To be fair, ISO system can work. It works when documentation really shows what's going on in the real world. Data are used for learning and growing, not pointing fingers or blaming anyone. Fixing problems happens right where the action is, at the process level. And leadership rewards prevention, not heroics. In those settings, ISO system turns into a helpful guide instead of just a crutch. But that requires maturity, and maturity cannot be certified. Here's the bottom line: if you're asking whether ISO system is good or bad, you're asking the wrong question. The better question is your ISO system describing reality or hiding from it? Because certificates don't build quality. People, processes, and decisions do. Have you seen this happen on your shop floor too? If so, hit like, share, and subscribe to Engineering Explained Simply. We've got more real-world manufacturing insights coming your way. Next up, we're diving into control plans, what they actually do and why so many teams just ignore them. See you in our next video.